Oh yeah. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, I'm going to be going over the Dodge Durango Hemi Orange. Before we get in this video though, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Dodge Ram here in Provo, Utah for giving me some time with this Durango. I'm going to include a link to their inventory in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. If you have any questions or need any help, just ask for Josh. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a naturally aspirated 5.7 liter V8 Hemi that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 14 around town and then 22 on the highway, with power outputs being 360 horsepower and then 390 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we go over the front end, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, we've got all of the venting, which is functional and it looks sweet. You guys can see here with the daytime running lights that are wrapped around those headlights, and then notice with the Dodge logo, we've got a little bit of orange accenting right there because Hemi Orange Life. And then look how open the front grille is, really aggressive, and then we got the fog lights off to the side. Now you guys will notice this one has the stripe delete package, but even though it doesn't have the cool stripes, it still looks great. Come around the side here, our tire and wheel setup is 265, 50, 20 in the front and over in the rear as well. And then you guys can see with the wheels, they are darker in coloration to kind of match the overall theme of this Durango. We've got these body painted fender flares. Notice we got the Hemi badge here on the side just blacked out. And then you can see that the mirror caps, those are body painted, and then notice the window trim all blacked out. And then here's your full side view on the Durango, and with that front end, it looks super aggressive. Now here's our key fob. We have our unlock function, our lock function, the opening here for the hatch, and then the remote start function. Press this a couple times and boom. Now popping into the rear, we have a cargo cover here built into the back. This is just to close that hatch right back up. And then we do have some more storage space underneath. And then you can see those little straps right here. These are to pull the seats back. This is the handle you grab to throw the seat down so you can get even more storage space here in the back. Now I've got the Durango's famous light bar tail light set up here, the Dodge logo in the center, and then you guys can see Durango-4 down below, and then RT here on the other side. And then look at those exhaust tips there at the bottom, pretty aggressive. And putting it all together, you know, even though the Durango, you came out with this look back in like what, 2013, 2014, I still think it looks pretty sweet. Now popping inside, you guys can see we've got some forged carbon fiber here, which looks so cool. And then again, we got that Hemi Orange stitching here with the leather padding. Now I'm in the third row here. You guys can see legroom is pretty decent. And then I do have some cup holder action here. And then headroom's also solid. And then here's one of the seats in the rear. You guys can see again with the contrast stitching, we got our Dodge logo here. And then look at the inserts here in the center of the seats. Definitely looks great. And don't worry, the back seats also have the same setup. And then popping into the second row, legroom's great. We got a little storage pocket here. And then you guys can see the vents down below. We also have heated seats and a full outlet setup. We even get climate controls here at the top. Headroom's also good back here. Now with the front door panel here, you guys can see more of that forged carbon fiber, and then we got the contrast stitching yet again. All of our window controls front two are automatic. We got our mirror adjustments, speaker for the Harman Kardon sound system, and then blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. And then with the front seat, look at the contrast stitching. Got the Dodge logo again, and then notice perforated all down the center portion. And we do have our power adjustments here on the side. And then you notice we've got our light control right here, and then look at the stitching and everything up above. I love the Alcantara, it's actually cool. And then the steering wheel is power adjustable. So taking a look at the steering wheel itself, you guys can see nice leather padding all around, perforated here on the sides so you can get a slightly better grip. Again, you got the contrast stitching. Radio controls below the paddle shifters here. We've got regular cruise control as well as adaptive controls for the center stack. We've got your phone controls there as well, and then turn signal windshield wiper stock. Now you can see we've got like a half analog and then half digital screen, I guess, because we got the digital part here in the center, which we can use to scroll through a bunch of different menus, see different bits of info on the vehicle itself, systems within the vehicle as well. Now in reverse, we do have a backup camera with trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel. As for the rest of the infotainment system, this is the Durango's updated unit that they pretty recently released. But you guys can see response time with it's pretty good. We have heated and ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, dual zone for the front. Again, you got the rear climate as well. But yeah, you guys can see it's pretty easy to use overall. And yes, we still do have the headrest fold to smack the back passengers in the head. We've got our controls here for the radio, the climate system, heated and cooled seats, and heated steering wheel if you don't want to use the touchscreen for any of that. This is for our lane departure, your parking sensors, stability control, hazard lights, and then you guys can see next to that we've got our eco mode off, which would be normal mode, and then your sport mode, which will also turn eco mode off. And then you can see we've got our charging area here with some USB action and then a wireless phone charging pad. Shifter for that 8-speed automatic transmission, and then like look at like the insert here with the stitching and then the forged carbon. I think that's pretty sweet. A couple cup holders, and then here's the center console again, more of that contrasted stitching. Got a 12-volt there inside as well. And then finishing things up, got the glove box here. And then yeah, so you got like suede here at the bottom, or Alcantara, sorry, stitching in that forged carbon, and then you got like nice leather trim here on the dash. So definitely a premium feeling interior. And then up top here we got our controls for the sunroof, and then also the headliner. It's kind of hard to tell on camera here. Let me see if I turn up the, actually you can see on the sun visor, you got like this nice suede headliner, which I think also looks cool. Now this does come at a cost, so base MSRP $53,595, but once you add the packages this has, so like the bucket seats and everything, and then also the Hemi Orange package, which Hemi Orange, $4,500 bucks, $62,080. I was making sure that was a zero. Anyways, let's see how it drives. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility over the hood. It's cool to see the venting. Both the mirrors, there's dual blind spot monitoring, and throughout the rest of the rear. And Durango away. It's been a minute since I've driven a Durango. I've been doing a lot of reviews with the new Grand Cherokees. Let me know, by the way, if you guys want me to do a comparison with Durango versus probably Grand Cherokee L, right? Not regular Grand Cherokee, because those are more comparable. But anyways, V8 Hemi. Can't go wrong with the V8 Hemi. I mean, come on. Tons of power, and it sounds great. Now I also want to mention, I really like this interior. Like for a Durango, it just feels very like, it feels very premium, and it's just cool. Again, the forged carbon with the orange, I feel like it just all accents very nicely with this. And then seat comfort with this is actually pretty solid overall. And see how this is with the turn in. Yeah, pretty good. Love the steering wheel. It's definitely nice to have a chunky steering wheel like this. Yeah, tons of torque out of this powertrain too. Again, 390 pound-feet. Yeah, I forgot the Durango's kind of a little bit of a stiffer car. I just drove a Grand Cherokee Trailhawk before this with the air suspension. You can tell a difference. This is definitely more on the, I wouldn't call it like uncomfortable, but it's definitely more on the stiff side of things. That is for sure. V8 rumble sounds so good. I will pop it in the sport mode in just a moment. Finally run into that famous Provo traffic. There we go. Worst part about it, people don't stop for anything. Look at that, there was almost a crash right there. That was so close. That's crazy. Yeah, so much, super smooth too. Pop into the sport mode now. It's a little bit more aggressive. We gotta turn that 14 miles per gallon into 7. No, I'm just kidding. We won't get that bad. Finally got lucky. This is the first green light I think I've had today. Oh yeah. Oh, sounds so good. Yeah, when every other 3-row SUV just sounds like a gross fart can, this thing still sounds great. It's muscle SUV, it really is. So, summing things up, I'm a big fan of the styling of the RT. I think it looks great. And then this interior, I mean, it's crazy. Like, they haven't done like a full redesign of this vehicle in such a long time. But this feels like the infotainment system, the gauge cluster, like it all feels modern, frankly. So I think that they've done a good job with updating this enough to make it feel relatively modern. And with this Hemi Orange package, I really like the interior. Like, it feels premium for a Durango, and it looks cool. So let me know what you guys think.